Good morning, fellow Australians. I'd just like to touch base on what we spoke about, probably going back about 4 or 5 videos now. These preferences, definitely bad, and no good. Now, when you've done your preferences, it didn't matter whether you had Labor or Liberal, first or second or last on the preferences. Either way, these big parties are going to get in. Even only if, say, 25-30% voted for them, they were still going to get in. Because how those preferences work, if you had your minor parties in 1, 2, 3 and 4, and Labor or Liberal were on number 5, what actually happens, right, this is the truth of the matter, and this is how it definitely works. Now, your minor parties are in 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the first party, this is just to put it in as basic terms. I just want to keep it all basic. So say I'll put the first and second and third and fourth parties at 10%. So your first party, say it was One Nation, they get 10%. Okay, One Nation gets thrown away, that 10% goes to number 2. Now say number 2 was Family First. So they actually get One Nation, so they're on 20% now. So they don't get in, because what you actually have to do, I should have said that at the start, right? You got to get 50% of the vote plus 1 vote to get over. So we've got One Nation, flicked out, 10%. Family First, flicked out on number 2. So number 3 on the ballot paper, say we come down to Trumpet of Patriots. So they get another 10%. So we're down to 30% on the thing. Okay, that's no good. Trumpets gets the flick. So number 4, you got the Shooters Party. Okay, we're down to 40%. All right, so no one's got 50% plus 1 vote. But you flicked off One Nation, you flicked off Family First, you flicked off the Trumpets, and you flicked off the Shooters Party, which are all 1, 2, 3 and 4. So guess what? Number 5 comes in Labor Party or the Liberal Party. They'll get over the line because 30% of people have voted for them anyway. So they got 40% of the vote, so they only need 12% to get in. So number 5, they're number 5 on your ballot paper, they get in. They get in. And then, because they get in on this number 5 on the ballot papers and that's how they got in on the preferences, because I don't know anyone out on the street that actually voted Labor or Liberal. And you've got to sort of get your mind and get focused on these things, because out on the street, the feedback I'm getting back now is I don't care. I don't give an F what they do. They're both the same anyway, which we know that, the Uni Party. But people are people are broken. They've broken people. And look, we've got to be strong. You have to be strong. And as I said, you get your strength through me, because I'm remaining strong, because I'm very, very, very resilient. That's what a Scorpio does. We're very resilient. And I'll tell you what, once I get them in me nippers and they get stung by me, they won't be getting back up, eh? But these preferences, the preferences definitely have to go, because that's how they're getting in the power. And they'll win either way. It doesn't matter. If they're 1 and 2 on the ballot paper, of course, it's a sure thing they'll get in, won't they? But if you keep them 5 and 6 on the ballot paper, or even way down below, they're still going to get in, because minor parties only get about 8% of the vote, whether you're on the top or second one. It just doesn't matter. It's just one big, it's a shonk. It's a shonk. And, I'm quite frankly, I'm just sick of it, and how they're just pulling the wool over people's faces and stuff like that. That's what I said. I'm here to put the truth out there. And those preferences have to go. If we just go back to a primary vote, you want Tom Jones in, you just put number 1 and that's it. You want Lucy Smith in, just put number 1 and that's it. That's one primary vote, and that's it. I don't even know why you're having 6 votes anyway. It should just be 1 vote each person. So box number 1, Lizzie Smith or Tom Jones, whoever you want in, you just do number 1 or a cross or colour the box in. It doesn't matter. As long as everyone just gets 1 vote and piss the preferences off. Because now you've got Anthony Albanese in, and he'll go out of his way. He's very dark, real dark. He's going to probably bring back the voice again. He'll find somehow or some way to bring that voice back. Your house prices are still going to go up. Every promises he's committed to, he'll break. There was no contract for him to say he's going to do it. It was just a promise. And these bastards break promises left, right and centre. Like, we used to say promise, mother's dying oath. And, if you said mother's dying oath, that was sealed. And that's it. You fulfilled that promise. I'm just sick of the whole system. The whole system sucks and it has to go. People's attitude has to start changing. And instead of caring, they've got to be more compassionate and be more resilient and more aggressive. You've got to start being fiery. It's the only way you go in the battle, and it is a battle because you're battling for it's a battle for your freedom and your rights, and especially for these young ones, today's youth. We've got to do this for the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. We've got to go forward generations because let's face it, life is short, and you don't get to realise it until you're 60 or 70. And you're looking through those old eyes and you're thinking, where has my life gone? Because it is fast. Cherish that youth while you've got it. Because let's face it, no one stays young forever. Anyway, as I said, I'll keep going. I'll just keep going and going and going, and I'm pushing until I die. Because until these things are resolved and we're out of chaos, you've got a supply of houses again. You've got to stop immigration. And I don't mind immigration, but you've got to let in the right people. And the right people that don't assimilate with the culture that's already here. You can't bring in cultures that aren't going to assimilate. They're just going to go against us. I know for a fact there's some cultures out there that actually hate Australians. So why come to Australia? You only come to Australia to destroy it and to make it like your old country. Well, that's no good, is it? No. So we've got to assimilate people again, assimilate cultures, mix in, be happy, be joyful, and just do the right thing, And look, I'm a bit sick of these people, males dressing up in a dress. I mean, what you do behind closed doors in your own house, that's not a problem. As long as it's not a crime, I don't care what you do behind closed doors. All right? And that's where you can practice your faith. That's where you can get dressed up in a man's clothes. Do whatever you like, as long as it's not a crime. Just keep it behind closed doors if you want to do stuff like that. And then that way it doesn't affect the majority and the minority can do what they like. Anyway, I'm only here for the majority too, and I'll always barrack for the majority. I will look at it and listen if it's for a good cause and so forth. Yes, I'll listen to the minority and I'll take it in heart and see what we can do down the track. But at this stage, we have to get the majority and listen to the majority and push the majority over the line. Because with people power, as I said, we can be unstoppable. All right, that's all I'd like to say today because this main thing, it's the preferences, but there's a lot more other work to be done. But the main thing is we've got to get the main cause is preferences because we want these bastards out. These bastards are going to stay in. And I'll tell you what, Anthony Albanese, now that we find out and we've found out who he truly is, he's just going to run and hide. Like Governor Bligh, go back to the Run Corps. All these freaking dickheads in high places have got no strength. They're all cowards. And they hide behind they just hide behind who they truly are. This got this big shield up. Once you take down that shield, you'll find out exactly who they are, and they'll run and hide from us. They'll actually run and hide. As I said, Governor Bligh and the Run Corps, they found him hiding under the bed. They had to pull him out by his ankles and screaming because he's a coward. I mean, he's supposed to be a governor and a leader of Australia. But come on, you need someone with strength. You need someone with strength, a heart of gold, and fight for you guys. We need to fight for you guys. And a true, natural-born leader by birthright and divine right. Then you get divine intervention, divine love. It's all there. It's all there. And higher consciousness too. You got to start getting your higher consciousness and higher enlightenment, all that stuff. Okay, I know, guys, you can do it, and girls. So that's all you're going to hear from me today. And I'd just like to put me love and hugs to everybody out there. And spread that love. We've got to start spreading that love and start talking again and being sociable physically in each other's presence. Give each other a hug or, shake each other's hands. Just spread that love out there and be compassionate for the fellow human, like humanity. 3.7 million Australians out there, they're not feeding themselves. Now you got people working from cars. Come on. How far do you want this government to push you guys until you start pushing back? I mean, the cliff is there. Don't fall over the cliff. You push back. You start pushing back because enough is enough. Okay. This 3 words, the Holy Trinity, name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.